Well, welcome back, magic monsters. That was... what a shame. Yeah, I went to talk to my brother real quick. And turns out my mother has been redoing her kitchen, and she's hired a general contractor who's just a lazy asshole. Yeah, my brother, I guess, was at her kitchen and noticed that they put this quartz black backsplash up, but all the boxes, all the outlet boxes and whatnot on the wall are flush with the wall, not with the quartz. And that seems like a big problem because I don't know how plugs are going to be flush with the quartz if they are 3/4 to 1 inch back. But I'm pretty sure her contractor's an idiot and is cheapening out on everything because the guy who's doing her whole thing, she found out, is the plumber, and he's doing everything except for the electrical stuff. And I'm sure the electrician just didn't know, wasn't told, that there was going to be a 3/4 inch backsplash put on that wall. Anyways, and then the power went out during all that conversation. Now it's back, and now I'm back. Benefit about having a laptop, though, of course, is that the computer didn't shut off, so didn't lose anything or anything like that. So that's nice. Where was I? I cannot at all remember what we were doing. We had just finished we were doing saving for the time board. I believe we were up here, and I was confirming that time board or game time is this. Why is this? Wait a minute. Why is the blackboard here and not down here? Public game time. Wait, game time. I'm getting so confused. Okay, blackboard's up there, and we say blackboard equals get component blackboard. Okay, I can probably delete all that because I don't even remember what this is. And yeah, so in the process, we'll probably clean up the code a little bit here. So time board's not a terribly complicated class. None of them are that. Well, game time can get a little bit complicated actually. It's got a lot of math on it and stuff, but it's a very nice component. Okay, so here we are. Time board will implement I get saved, and I get saved has a few members on it. It's got the pre and post save actions and pre and post load actions. Most of them so far haven't been using them. I just put them there because I think that in the end it's going to be helpful to have that, but so far none of my things are actually using those. In fact, I actually want to put them in the different order. So every time I do this, I notice that these happen on top and then I don't use them and I reorder them. So I want to put them at the bottom. There we go. And then we do have implementations of everything. We're going to do that right here again now. There we go. So save state, blah, 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 all this stuff. So what we're going to do here is a few things. So savable object ID is the ID. So save ID is here. Each one of these scripts that has that is savable needs its own special ID, but that doesn't have to be unique in the project. That just has to be unique on this object. And so for this one, I know this is just time board, so we're going to say, oops, wrong one. For this one, no, for savable object ID, we're just going to pass through here and say time board. So that's the ID for this one. And the blackboard's going to get a slightly different one. There won't be an object with two blackboards, or there shouldn't be an object with two blackboards. So when we do that, we'll probably just call it blackboard. But for time board, we'll call it that. We are not going to do any of these pre and post save actions. We'll just leave those blank. And then we need to do the load state and the save state. And I think right before the whole hubbubaloo that happened earlier, we were talking about that we really only need to save this game time object. And game time itself is something that can be saved. So what we will do on time board is create an object to hold that, and I guess no, frame time is just yeah, the time this frame, right? Yeah. Yeah, so everyone agrees on the same time. See, there's if you call time.time from different scripts, they'll all get slightly different values based on when that part of the script was called. Milliseconds apart. So frame time here just gives you a time.time that everyone can agree upon. So we don't need to save that. So the only thing we're saving then, I guess, is the blackboard. So what we're going to do down here is create a struct. So we're going to say public struct, and it's going to call time board save data save or save data, and this is going to have a game time. So public game time. That's all it's going to have. It's a very simple struct, and so in our save state, we're going to be passing out an object that has that. So we're going to say var data or save data equals new struct new time board Did I do this right? Oh. Where's my struct down here? Struct private struct. Oh, it's got to be serializable too. All right, yeah. All right, so I almost did it right. And maybe I'm outside of things. Maybe that's the issue. Let's see. Time board save data. And am I in the wrong spot? No, I'm not in the wrong spot. Why am I? What am I getting wrong here? Oh, I guess it is inside the class. All right, that's what I was getting wrong. I was in the wrong spot. It's going to be here. And the whole serializable thing, why is that? I'm not sure, but I'm going to leave it. All right, and then in our, up here, let's do time board save data, and in this we're going to say game time equals game time, and then close it off with the semicolon there, and then we'll return save data, and that is going to, then the save and load system will automatically take that and save it. And then the load state, we're going to do the opposite. So we're going to get a JSON encoded state back, and we need to cast this as a time board save data. So we are going to say var data equals JSON utility dot from JSON, and we're going to get the type here as time board save data and pass in JSON encoded state. And now we're going to say game time equals data.gameTime. So that should save our game time, and we're going to test it now by letting it go and then reloading the game and see what happens. So we can hit play, and we can watch this game time here. It's now 9:31. We will click save, and now we're going to wait a couple minutes, 9:32, and then we're going to reload the level and see 9:31. All right, so that is indeed saving, and it got to 9:32 very quickly, and same there. So we are indeed now saving time board. So now that means this time board is savable. Isn't that nice? That was very easy, wasn't it? That was very, 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 very easy. Let's do the same to Blackboard. This might be a little bit more complicated, but shouldn't be much more complicated. So Blackboard is iSavable. I get saved as well. I should have said iSavable. We can change that now because that is a better thing for it. So let's change this to iSavable, because savable is the word I've been using for all this. So iSaveable. All right, and so Blackboard is iSavable, and yes, let that load. All right, so we have the same things down here. again, pre-save, post-save actions. What we're going to do for savable object ID is going to say blackboard. It's okay if there are multiple blackboards in the project. There just can only be one on this object, because savable will be looking for this ID on this object only. Essentially, we're bucketing everything on this object into one package that's by this ID, and then bundling all the ones from savable into the final save thing, and then it gets parsed out backwards. So we need a system.serializable and private struct blackboard save data, and I think I spelled something wrong just now. Board save data, and this is going to have, what's it going to have? What are we saving from the blackboard? Well, we can save the dictionaries, we can save the notes, posted events, the Blackboard events, followers. I think that will save to, I think that will save as well. I'm not sure if it will actually, but we'll find out. I mean, everything so far has been working when we load, so maybe it's not something we actually need to save on that, because they will, yeah, let's see. If we look at the I follow, or Blackboard follower, then yeah, we do it on enable, we subscribe. So I guess we don't actually need to save the list there. So we do want to save the stack of events just in case that, I mean, this would take literally frames to clear out if a ton of happened all at once, so it's not going to be too much of an issue, but we do want to save that. We want to save write to console. We want to save posted notes and all that, and those. So I'm just going to kind of copy these to remind myself, and then we'll do this down here. I'm just going to put a note here and close that off. All right, so we are saving public dictionaries, dictionaries, and we are saving public list of Blackboard notes, and we are saving public list of Blackboard note posted notes, which I don't think I'm currently using. I need to fix that. This is a newer thing where I was going to keep a record of all the notes, but you know, actually in hindsight I was thinking maybe this is something that should be kept in a different object, because maybe you don't want to keep all the notes, but maybe it's a per project thing, like, hey, if you decide you want to keep notes of this type, then you should just store them. Otherwise, like, I don't think it makes sense to store every single note by default. It seems like saving all the posted notes and posted events is really something that you should decide upon and figure out which ones and how to store that, because in a long game it could get to be tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of things, and that doesn't make sense to serialize everything. And now that we're talking about, let's not do it here. Alright, so public bool write to console, and we do want to keep the stack, so public stack of Blackboard event, Blackboard events. That should be good there. So we're just going to be saving these 4 things, and because we're not using those, I'm just going to move this up here. And so for the save state, we are going to say var data or save data equals new Blackboard save data, and inside this we shall say we shall say dictionaries equals dictionaries, and notes equal notes, and write to console equals write to console, and finally Blackboard events equals Blackboard events, and then return save data, and then again the opposite for load state, var data equals JSON utility from JSON of type Blackboard save data and pass in JSON encoded state, and then we will set these dictionaries equals data.dictionaries, notes equals data.notes, and write to console equals data.write to console, and finally Blackboard events equals data.blackboard events, and that would be it. Technically this should now save. So let's see, I guess, yeah, we're going to see some notes. Well, we're going to see one note show up. It's going to be for the minute change. And we're just going to see the one note. It's just going to pop up in a little bit here. It should. Huh. Oh, it's an event. That's why. So there's really nothing here. So we're going to do a test here. I'm going to just do a one test. We'll name that test. And we'll do the test here as well, just to see that we are saving these things. And for the key values, let's add one here, and we'll do key, and for the UID we'll do UID. We'll just do that, and it should be saving the rest. So yeah, let's just go ahead and click save, and then we will reload. All right. We got null references. That is good. It's better than absolutely nothing. Null reference, I would say. If the count equals 0, then return. So now it's saying that the count is, what's it saying? Blackboard events dot push null reference. Interesting. Let's see something. I'm going to turn on write to console. Is it going to happen again? It is. Alright, so when we load the data, something happens. Maybe we don't want to save the stack. Can a stack not be saved in this way? What is null here? It should be writing to console, but it wasn't because it probably, oh gosh, probably loads and says it wasn't because we saved it as it was, and so this probably changes. Where's the write to console? Okay, so now clear that out. All right, so it's not writing the stuff. And now we're doing here if Blackboard events must be null. Why would Blackboard events be null? This isn't happening, I guess. Interesting. Well, let's do a check down here. The reality is Blackboard events, when you save, probably will be null in almost every case. It spits out an event every frame. So unless you somehow spam the Blackboard with, 100 events at once and then instantly save within a second and a half or so, then it won't be an issue. So you can see it right here. So basically on update, every single one per frame. I think in that regard, maybe we don't need to save the events. Maybe we do. I think we should. But I think what we should do then is down here on load, let's do a check here. We'll say if data.blackboardevents.count is greater than 0, then we'll do that. Otherwise, we'll say else Blackboard events equals new stack Blackboard event. And in fact, what I will do instead, actually, now that I think about it, we're going to do this. We're going to do Blackboard events equals new stack Blackboard events. We'll just stick that here. And then for each var event in data.blackboard events, data event, we will say Blackboard events dot push data event. All right. So this is now going to say, well, first, instead of passing over, that seems to be causing an issue, we're going to create a brand new one. And I actually deleted that line, so we will create, there we go. We will create a brand new one, and then for each one of the events in our save data, we'll just push one there. That should be a rare occurrence, I think, in most cases. I can't imagine that between the time that you push a shit ton of events and the player clicks the save button, that they didn't all fire off, but perhaps that would be the case. All right, and better. We have less bugs now. All right. Oh, well, look at that. We are having an issue with Blackboard events. Doesn't seem to exist. Debug.log is null. Is that null? Let's see. Equals null. Yeah, let's just check that first. I don't think there's an issue with the saving it, although maybe we need to do that. No, we can't do that in a struct. Okay. Yeah, so I don't think there's an issue with the saving it, but it could be. All right. It's not null. So what's the null reference going at then? Is data null? Is data null? Data shouldn't be null here because we've been doing other stuff with it. Hold on one second. Getting a phone call. Gotta take this. Be right back. All right, that was a guy who I do need to talk to, but he was trying to call someone else back and called me accidentally. But he said I'll call back when he's done with that call. So there will be another pause later. But so what I'm guessing is maybe this is not a thing we can do. So I think what we're gonna do is well, first let's just ask ChatGPT if this makes any sense. So let's reload ChatGPT here. I think it's not going to work. I think there's something about the stack itself that doesn't work in like a list. I'm treating it like a list, and I think the stack doesn't have that capacity to do list type things. In Unity C#, this code seems to not work right. Can a stack be used like this? And it will tell us something. Yes, it can, huh? Last in, first out. Not clear from this number what the causing the issue. Yeah, I don't know either. I was checking if that's not null or empty. All right, well, let me, yeah. Let's just try one more time. There were some other errors here that might be helpful. No, that's completely different. All right, so I'm going to say let's comment this out and see if it works going forward. All right, so now that's working going forward. We did get our stuff pasted here, so our other options are indeed saving. Our notes are saving. events, we don't have a list because as soon as we add one, it'll push it out. So I think what we're going to say is that events don't get saved, which seems fully reasonable to me. So we'll remove that from the equation entirely. So there we go. And so that's great. It's saving. We do have, however, the Blackboard repository, the main Blackboard itself. And so for this, we need a savable here. And then this already has its stuff saved. So we can confirm that this is working as expected here as well. This one, we won't get any notes right away, I don't think, but if I click this button about adding gold, we should. There we go. So we have a note that gold is a thing. So now let's go ahead and save it. We're going to reload, and this should disappear. It didn't. Oh, that's because we are not, that's a don't destroy on load scenario. So now when we load, gold is there. All right, so we did confirm it's working on this Blackboard too, which is magical. All right, so we got saving and loading on the Blackboard and on time board now. All right, that's good. Now what's the next step? I was working earlier on putting out these quests because this person, by the way, I don't know if you noticed this, this scary looking young lady here is blocking our way. And she will say stuff. Now, I am actually mid-quest because it saves as well. So let's go back to the beginning. I can go and select my NPC here. I'm making a very simple dialogue system for this. I do plan, and I put in the notes on the script too, I do plan on having an official dialogue system built into the game modules to be released after V4. It will be a new thing after that. But for this, I do want to have some dialogue. And so I've kind of just made a sort of hacked together dialogue system that's got some neat features, but is very basic nonetheless. And it's not very easily. It's all written on these objects rather than in scriptable object format. So it's not a game module at all. But it does have some cool features. So now we've reset that to 0. So it's going to go with the index 0 here. And so when we talk to her, it says, give me some gold. Well, you thought you'd experience kick-ass demo scene, but here I am to block your path. And in fact, I think we should have her speak because, well, why in the heck not? And so let's load up Replica Studios while we're at it, and we will do this, and we're going to say new scene, and we're say NPC 1 quest, and we're going to throw in all her lines here. So let's select a character. We're going to add a new character. Where's our new character? Can we do a new character? Is there an option for new character? Right here. NPC 1. Cast now. Alright, we're going to look for female. And I don't know about the age. Young adult.
We must have tripped an alarm or something.
Hi, I'm...
The army is gone.
Captain.
The recipe says to use...
Shit! I've been down and... Deckard!
So, like, get this. My dad said he would cut me off if I don't like.
One of my characters uses that voice.
Hey, it's okay.
I love to talk, but some people say I drag on and on.
My name is Dina.
Alright, let's do this pink dragon beta. We will do the angry, and we'll type... No, I thought I copied it, but I guess I didn't. Before I show you that, let's just quickly get these working. That, and new one is going to be this. And let's just play that while we're finding the next one.
Huh? You thought you could say no? Well, no, I won't even give you the option. How's that for some clever coding to make the player think they have control when they don't?
Well, now. Maybe that was why it sounded wrong. All right. Oops. NPC 1. All right, let's see.
Huh? That worked. Okay. Well, I think I should buy a boat. See you later, Sicker.
Sucker? Well, maybe we need to be more explicit there. I wanted to say sucker, not sucker. Sucker's not a word.
That worked. Okay. Well, I think I should buy a boat. See you later, Sicker.
Whatever. Good enough for movies. So let's download these as waves, and we will import them as soon as they're done. Do we not download? How come I can't download? Do I need to do this on all of them?
Huh? Well, you thought you'd... Don't try to cheat. Do you have the gold or not?
Ah, there we go. Just needed to do that. All right, we're gonna do downloads, and we will then load up my downloads and these files, and this is going to be NPC1. So let's go to our voices, and we're going to go to our, we're going to create a new voices object for this. Voices. Where's voices? Voices at the top. Okay. NPCs, NPC1. And we're going to say, let's see. So I'm going to rename these. They have to be named like this. And so we're going to say NPC1 underscore line 1. And oops, we'll say line 0 to make it match the objects we got. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. 4. Okay.
Huh? That worked. Well, you thought you'd experience a kick-ass demo scene.
All right. Yes, you will experience a kick-ass demo scene. We're going to bring these in here. Let me bring in... Where's our audio clips, voices? We'll create a new folder called NPC1, and we will drag these all into NPC1. And then in our voices for NPC1, we will select the directory holding our audio files and fill the contents. Now we've got NPC1. This is a bug that I just need to fix. It won't affect this. We got our lines, so we can now have NPC1 say line 1, 2, 3, 4, and 0. All right, so let's quickly update our hacked together dialogue system to add voices. Let's see. So we're going to look at our NPC, and we're actually going to look at... Well, I guess NPC Gold Quest is our NPC. So in our NPC dialogue, we're going to add a voice thing, public voices object, and then in our NPC Gold Quest, in our dialogue stuff, dialogue options, we're going to add a some line stuff here. So we're gonna say public string voice line, and it's gonna be blank. And if it's blank, it means we're not going to do anything. But if it's not blank, we're going to do something. So when we load the dialog, we're going to the dialog panel and doing setup, and we're passing the options to it as well as the NPC. So that's going to do some magic there, but we need the method here to actually do the speaking, because this controls its own speaking. So for that here, we're going to, where are we going to put this? Save and load. We'll put it down here. Public over or virtual, and just public. Actually, I think this should be better fit on the NPC dialog. Let's see. Public virtual void speak string line, and then we're going to say if line string dot is null or white space line, then we'll return, and then if voices equals null, then we'll return. So these are both optional. You don't need to make that speak, but if you've got those populated, then we will say voices.speak voices. How do I do the speaking again? I know I just did it on the game data, I think. Voices, voice, voice, active player voice, play one shot, get audio clip line. Okay, so we're going to be using the audio source on the game data, and this is going to do what we're going to do here. So we'll just basically copying this here. So we'll go to back to our NPC dialog, and we'll say this. So game data dot audio source. Do we not have that built in? Let's add that. So using static infinity PBR dot modules dot demo dot game data. That way I don't have to type it twice over and over and over and over again. So we just have it here. So its audio source is playing. We'll stop and then play one shot. So we're gonna have to make this a yeah, okay, this is what we'll do. Oh, yeah, we can do, there we go, that works. Voices line, voices dot voices 0 dot lines dot get line, and line name is line. All right, there we go. So this should be that, and then dot clip dot audio clip. Nope. What am I? I'm missing the helper. I'm sure I've got a helper thing here. Get audio clip. That's what I'm looking for. Voices. Get audio clip. There we go. And we need our voice name, which is going to be it's just going to be the first one. The way I'm doing this is one for each one. So voices 0, and then the line name is going to be line up there, and then the rest are optional, so that is not the case. Voices dot voices. There we go. No, that's still not it either. Dot name. I think voice name. Yeah. All right. I think the voices module is something ripe for a update at some point soon too. Hello, Alex Utopia. For the first time, you worked with Unity for the very first time today, and you made Flappy Bird in it in the very first time. That sounds pretty cool. You you've loaded up before, but you've never actually done anything, just kind of poked around, and today was the first time you did stuff, or was this today the very first time that you loaded it up at all? Whoops, wrong button. This should play the speak then. We can override it, but I don't think we'll need to override it. So in our gold quest, when we load our dialogue, we'll do that. Then we'll just say speak, and the line will be active option dot line, voice line. Right? Yeah. All right. We just have to populate that now, and I think just remind myself what I called them was, I believe, line 1, 2, 3, line 0, 1, 2, 3, with uppercase L. All right, so if we go back to our NPC 1 here, we now have the voice line, so we'll say line 0 and line 1, line 2, line 3, line 4. All right, let's see if this works. So I'm going to reset her again. She's going to start out on section 2 because I saved that earlier. So we're going to do that, and because we might end up, okay, we're going to save it just so we can. Okay, here we go. Let's see. All right, it didn't play the sound. Why not? Nothing happened and nothing broke. So win. He had it installed to upload packages to the asset store. Ah, I see. Well, congratulations. I think Unity's pretty stellar. I crossed the 10-year mark a year ago. Wait, does that mean I passed the 11-year mark now? It was, I mean, I guess I started in 2012, but I started in earnest. I first did it in summer of 2012, and then I really started in earnest in like November, probably 2012. So yeah, I've passed a year mark, coming up on 11 years. So it passed a decade, doing it for a decade. To be fair, there were big chunks of that time where I was like focused on other things. So my learning has not been 1 decade's worth of learning. Oh, gotta take this call. Be right back. Woo! All right, I'm back. I'm very excited. I might be moving soon, and that's very exciting. So, important phone calls. Been trying to make this happen for years and years and years and years, and it might actually happen. So hold your breath, or maybe don't hold your breath. Knock on wood, do whatever you want. All right, we are back. So what was I talking about? Oh yeah, we were trying to get these lines to work, but they weren't working. They weren't doing anything. So what is happening here? Debug.log, and we'll say speak line, and voices is null, question mark, voices equals null. Did I not populate that? I may have just not populated that. I don't think I populated that. Yep, I didn't populate that. That's probably the issue. That is the most, or one of the most common things I do, is not populating things. All right, let's try again. Now we should be at 0 because we saved, so that I wouldn't have to keep manually changing that. Let's talk to her.
Well, you thought you'd experience a kick-ass demo scene, but here I am to block your path.
Ah, okay.
Get me 100.
So we have to. So the way this works is there's the options here. This toggle auto move to new step. That means if you click yes, it will automatically move to step 2, which bypasses this bit right here that calls speak right here, and the load dialog, because the panel will load its own dialog. And so this only happens when it gets loaded originally. So I'm going to move this to the dialog setup. And then we will put it here. So this bottom part is a check saying if there were no options for yes or no, it just turns off. It's a mistake. So we're going to say npc.speak and make this public. Oh, is it not? Oh, because this is an I have dialog, and so we need to make speak into an I have dialog, so public void speak string line, and that is it. All right, there we go. NPC speak, and then the active option. Okay. Active option. So we'll do this code here. I don't know if this is the best way to do it, but it should work. On speak, don't speak. Okay, here we go. Nope, here we go. Nope. Which one is it? Where is it? Ah. Speak. All right, if the line is active, what did I say? Active option. If line equals active option, then line's going to be equal to active option dot line, voice line. Okay. Otherwise, it's going to be equal to line. So basically, if we're passing this active option, then we'll just call it the one. Otherwise, it will pull it from the line. But there's now only one method, so it'll only do this. So really, we could probably take away this altogether now that I think about it. Yeah, so what we'll do is say var line equals that. Then we will do that, and we can change our NPC, or I have dialog, to remove this requirement here. And then this doesn't need to do this either. We just say speak. It will figure out what it wants to say by itself, auto-magically, and press play. And let's see.
Well, you thought you'd well, do you have
There we
it
go.
ready to give me the sweet, sweet gold?
And then we need to check to see if this is complete. So And then when we go back, she'll say
Well,
the same thing.
Do you have it? Ready to give me the sweet, sweet gold?
The only other thing we could do is actually make her speak
do
on
you have
herself,
Ready to give me the
so that
sweet,
when we
sweet gold?
step away, it goes away. That would be a little bit better. So let's update that, because I think that would be a lot cooler. So audio source on her, and when we do the dialogue object here, we're just going to add a public audio source, and audio source, and we will then say this audio source is playing this audio source, stop in this audio source, play one shot. But I think play one shot is not the right thing. I don't think that plays with the 3D sounds. So what we need to do is audio source dot audio clip, or clip or something. Yeah, clip equals this audio clip, and then we need to say audio source play, and that should play the audio clip that we pass in. The other thing we need to do is adjust the 3D sound settings. We're in a small space here, so right now it's gonna, this is 50 meters. Let's see, we'll figure it out. Let's see what it sounds like first. So we want 3D sound, and we'll make it so it's not completely all 3D, but basically 3D sound. Save so we don't lose anything if it crashes, and then press play. Let's see. I'm going to quickly walk up. I'm going to walk away and see what it sounds like. Oh. And then I made that mistake again where I didn't code it either. I could have just coded it. It's on the same object. But that's okay. Both methods are perfectly fine. All right, let's try again.
Well, well, do you have it? Ready to give me the sweet, sweet gold?
Yeah, so that's not working. So we need to change the distance to, I'm going to do a test here. We're going to just put this here and play on awake. So,
well, you thought you'd experience a kick-ass demo scene,
yeah.
but here I am to...
All right, so we need the distance. Min distance, max distance is going to be, say, 10 meters.
Well, you thought you'd experience a kick-ass demo scene, but here I am to block your path. Get me 100 gold if you want to pass.
Doesn't seem to be working.
Do you accept my terms?
Oh, maybe this is the issue.
Well, you thought you'd experience a kick-ass demo scene, but here I am to block your path. Get me 100 gold if you want to pass. Do you accept my terms?
All right, so that seems to be at least part of the issue. Is the spatial blend was supposed to be up to 3D, and then...
Well, you thought you'd experience a kick-ass demo scene. Well, you thought you'd experience a kick-ass demo scene. Well, do you have it? Ready to give me the sweet, sweet gold?
All right, there we go. So minimum distance, we're going to make it 2. The maximum distance, we'll make it 8. Or we'll make it 10, but we'll bring this fall off quite a bit faster here. And just bring that down to there. In fact, delete key. And we'll make, hey, I said delete key. Can I not delete key? Okay, I guess not. And we'll make it pretty quick to come down because she is so close.
Well, you thought you'd experience kick-ass demo scene. Well, you thought you'd experience a kick-ass demo scene. But here I am to block your path. Get me 100 gold if you want to pass. Do you accept my terms? Huh? Well, do you have it? Ready to give me the sweet, sweet gold?
There we go. I like that. We'll stick with that. Alright, so now she's talking, which is excellent. Now it feels more like Skyrim, definitely. And everyone wants to feel like Skyrim. So I don't know if you noticed, because I didn't show it to you, so you probably didn't notice, and it didn't show up here yet. But we do get the quest when we get to that point. So we do get the quest. If we look at our, it's a party quest. So if we look at our game data, I don't think it should be here. It's not here. Well, we may have saved it. I actually can't remember now. Okay, so when we go close to her, if we say, sure, I'll go along with it, then we get the quest. So now we have the quest and we can do stuff. We're going to make it show up here. But now the basic quest is, hey, when we get to 100 gold, then we'll succeed. So if I just add a bunch of gold, it's not working. So we will, oh, quest steps. Let's see. In progress. So if we just need to check that this is set up properly. I did it real quick earlier. And it should be working, but all right. And let's change her so she doesn't automatically talk anymore.
Well,
this.
You thought.
All right. So let's see. Let me look at the quest real quick. Where's our quests? Quests conditions. Gold is one or more. So we're using the object ID, gold points as the subject of the Blackboard values. The number type is going to be float. That was the difference. I think that may have been actually the reason why. So again, we need to go get the quest.
Well,
sure, I'll go along with it.
Do you have it?
And then we got the quest. I'm going to save so that we don't have to do that anymore. And now, let's see, our quest step. Well, you should see this change to complete when we have it complete. Okay, it doesn't seem to be working there. So let's check our Blackboard and see that it is indeed game data, gold points. It is indeed going there. Did I not click the auto check? Maybe that's it. Let's see. Quest, have 100 gold. Let's see. Can revert, yes. Send quest event. Success condition is this. And, oh, wait a minute. Player has at least 10 money. That's not the right one. Gold is 100 or more. Add condition. Well, that could be why it wasn't working. The condition was wrong. All right, save that. Press play. Check out our game data again. See our quest. Did it not? Interesting. It didn't save. All right. Well, let's see something.
Well, do you have it? Ready to give me the sweet, sweet gold?
All right. So let's revert her because we're going to need to re-talk to her from the beginning. And we'll revert her to 0. And then save. All right. So let's check out real quick our quest list and see why that might not have saved. Game quest list. Let's see. List game quest. We are system serializable. Game quest itself, system serializable. Well, it should save. Why might it not have saved? Let's do a test here. Okay, well, let's try again and just test it out. This time pay attention to things. So we got our game data. We have our quest. Quest list is empty. We'll go talk to her, get the quest.
Well,
All right, the quest
do
is
you
there.
have it? Well, do you have it?
And then we will
Ready to give
say
me the sweet, sweet gold?
save. Now we can't just load right now because this is a don't destroy unload, so our game data should be exactly the same. And it's not though. Okay, because I guess it did load and save, and it did not save the quest. You know what this could be? Human error. Let's see. Game data. Let's check our save and load. Nope, I am not saving that data. So that's the issue. I added data to save, but didn't actually add it to the thing. So public game quest list quests, and we're going to save that. So now all we have to do, it's actually not difficult at all. Find our save and load here. So in our save state, we'll do that one first. We're going to say quests equals quests, and then in our load, we're going to say quests equals data.quests. And that should do the trick. And that is also how easy it is to add new things to the save files. Now you do have to keep in mind, if you add something, like if you've been working on your game, then you add something, existing save ones won't have that, and so in some cases you might need to add some additional logic to account for the fact that existing save files might not have something. But
well, do you have it?
oh, we gotta reset.
Ready to give me the sweet, sweet gold?
Nope, I'm not ready to give you that sweet, sweet gold. All right.
Well, do you
All right,
have
so
it?
we do have
Ready to give me the sweet, sweet
the 100 gold started, so we're going to save. And now let's force it to load data just by stopping and starting again, so we know absolutely that it's loaded the data. And there we have the quest step. Okay, so now we have the quest step, and now we can work on why didn't this work when it went up. I don't know. Let's see. Success conditions. Gold is 100 or more. Blackboard value number. If we look at our blackboard, we have our gold points. So topic is game data. Subject is gold points. And the value float is 408. That's what's being sent in. So that should be the case. We just need to make sure that topic is the correct topic that we're looking for. The owner is the owner's name. So in this case, game data should be this object here and this object here. And active player topic. Let me just make sure. Owner's name is game data, so it should be game data. Game ID is game data, so that should be that. And in our quest, it is looking for the game ID. Yeah, so the game ID. Alright, so can revert, send quest step event. I don't think we need that here. Game ID source is going to use the owner name. Yeah, that should be fine. And the subject is gold points. Oops. So we got that, and we need to flow greater than or equal to 100. We're not saving the start value, so you're not adding an additional 100 gold. You're just getting to 100. Well, it should just work. Let's see. Are we saying the owner properly? I believe I did that earlier. Set owner. Quest set owners. I have quest new owner, and so it should be working. Oh no, it should get in a. Let me just check my gold is sending the stuff out, because this will be listening for an update. So I suppose if the stat gold is not sending an update, it is sending a Blackboard saying post, and it's notifying followers. So that should be doing that. Let's go to our Blackboard and write to console. Let's just see how this works again. So we're going to add gold. To add. Oh, interesting. It's not doesn't seem to. Oh, we turned that off. Okay, add gold. Notifying game data gold points. And the quest is looking for exactly that, right? Where's our game data? The quest is, well, actually the quest is down here. Have 100 gold is looking for gold points. Yep. The object ID is game data. What is... If we query every frame, let's see. If true, this is when I'll check to see if the quest has been completed and run a completion code at that point. Set false if you want to control when the quest is checked, such as when it's turned into an NPC. Well, that's what we're doing here. This will query the Blackboard every frame. When false, it checks only when the Blackboard notes and events are triggered. Well, then let's do this. Let's go to Game Quest and debug that. Maybe there is an issue there. There shouldn't be, because this was working before and I haven't touched it, but maybe I did touch it and I just don't know. Game Quest itself. So receive note event, receive event, receive change. Turns out when a note was received, we don't have to do anything special since the code already checks every frame, if every frame is true, and the same code works regardless, as it just checks the Blackboard. Let each quest step receive the change. Okay, run through the checks for each quest step ticks. Parent sequential steps. For each step, quest step is in progress, and so if it's not in progress, then it can't revert that. Otherwise, do quest step tick. And so let's just do a debug.log quest step tick, quest step name, owner is step owner dot game ID. So we should get from game ID the game data. So we're gonna just make sure this is actually happening. That's the important bit. And so game data, do we have the quest? We do. So it doesn't appear to be happening. Why isn't it happening? This doesn't need to post to Blackboard. We can. but it doesn't need to. We're looking at our Blackboard now. Right to console. Let me subtract a bunch of gold. Alright, we're going to save here. So we save those changes. Alright, and so when we say add to gold, it does say notifying followers. And then in our, this doesn't seem to be getting called. So let's go back to the notification on game quest. So receive change, and we'll go from the beginning. So debug.log receive change Blackboard note dot name. I think the name should be the whole thing. So let's just confirm that this is happening first. Okay, we have the quest. It's not even receiving the change. All right, why isn't it receiving the change? Right to console. Okay, debug.log. There are followers, count followers, and then we're going to spit these all out. Debug for each of our follower in followers, debug.log follower.name, object name, game ID. We don't have a, well, I don't know if any of the things will identify them. We don't have on Blackboard follower a game object identifier thing. So let's see. All right, these are all the followers. Oh, I guess we do. 19 followers. Are any of these game data? It appears to be game data. And it did it twice. You notice it did it twice? Maybe because I did one for events and one for the note. Or it did the note twice. Huh. That's interesting. It did 2 notifications. Anyways, the closest thing here is game data. Party gold is itself. So the closest thing is game data. I don't think. Do I have to? What did I do in the quest demo? Let's load up that real quick. Let's see, party based. We're looking now for quest demo. Quest demo. The hub is, it removes stuff. All right, open, date modified, quest, dialogues and quest. All right. So I want to check to see if I have to do something special. I thought that list would auto check itself, but perhaps it isn't receiving the events. So you can see this was the earlier version of it, and I decided to move it to a whole new thing. Once this loads, we will look at once it eventually loads. I guess I will look at my phone while it does. Okay. Where are we? Why isn't this loading? Why is this throwing? Come on. What's going on here? Why am I getting the rainbow wheel of doom and death and destruction? Hello, Jeremy Burt. How are you doing today? Welcome to the stream. Glad that you are here. And let's hope this actually loads this time. So we're looking at demo scenes, quests. So we have very similar quests here for gold, and let's just check this out. Where is our gold? Demo data. Not players. Party quests. Okay, we're gonna get the new one. Start the gold, add 100 gold. We have that, add 100 gold in progress. Oh, I'm getting a null reference exception. Well, that's not helpful. New window. $126. Gold is on quest demo data. Where's gold? How is gold populated? Game stack gold. So this should allow it to expose in the inspector. Maybe it's not being set, which is weird because this was, again, just working properly before, but you know, what can you do? Is it not going to show it to me? Oh. What? Oh, it's game stat. Let's see. It should populate at the start. And it's not doing that. Well, geez. I wasn't supposed to debug 2 projects. Gold is gold points. Are we getting this log warning? We're getting this. That could be it. Or that could be what is... Oh, shoot, wrong button. Alright, we still got that. Index out of range. Well, alright, let's see if we can debug it without debugging the whole script that I don't want to debug because I'm replacing it anyways. So this is our demo data with quest give, demo give condition, game time demo, quest demo player, blackboard manager. Yeah, let's first look at our quests themselves. Quests. We have a very similar quest here. Oh, it's going to be actually in demo files. Quests, group quests, add money. So the setup here, it's subscribing to the Blackboard. Did we say subscribe to Blackboard in the other one? Because of course, if it didn't, then that would imply that it's not going to subscribe to Blackboard. And we did. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of see. Okay, so we have subscribed to Blackboard. We are not doing these. These don't matter because they're grayed off anyways. This one can revert. Wait a minute, why is this suddenly set now? So in the old one here, are we seeing the old one in the stream? Yes, we are. All right, in the old one here, we just say party gold. I'm just explicitly saying it's party. And so there's no option for using it. If I uncheck this, then that goes away. But in this case, I am saying use the owner as the game ID source. And maybe that's the issue. Gold points, float equal to then or greater to. We're not saving the start value. That's pretty much it. Those are exactly the same otherwise. So we know that it's game data. So let's just try this out. We'll say game data. And let's just confirm what our conditions did get saved there. Okay. Let's see if that works. And if that works, then the issue is with that whole object ID, like grab the object ID thing. So we're going to look at our game data. Quest step in progress. We have a null reference. Okay, it's not checking there. Do we see a new follower? No. Okay, no null reference this time. That's nice. And okay, so our gold's definitely over 100, and it doesn't seem to be checking at all. Okay. Well, game quest. I follow Blackboard. Instructor. We don't use that anymore. Status. What is set status? Set affected stats dirty. The current status. Alright, that's not what we need. Send quest event. Create. Get. Clone. Nope. So we're subscribing to the Blackboard. Debug.log. Name is this is subscribing to Blackboard. We gotta receive change. We gotta receive event. It doesn't seem like it's receiving the change though. That's the thing. It's not even getting any. It's not getting any changes, it seems. And we see the subscribe method spat out. There's a lot of debugs right now. clean some of them up. And none of these are the subscribe method. So let's do me a favor and clean up a bunch of these. You can see where I've had bugs before that I was working on based on the debug log messages that I had failed to clean up. Alright, let's just confirm once again we're not seeing that subscribe message. Save and load. All right. Is there something in start actions I'm not doing properly? It's only if we're posting to Blackboard, but we are not. But we could do that. We could do that. So set owner. Okay, then we'll just do quests to start actions just to make sure that that happens. I don't think that will change anything, but we shall see. So now we got that going. So it did add something, but I don't think that will change our current circumstances. Nope, because it's not checking. It doesn't appear to be following at all. What does receive change look like in this version? Game quest. Did I change something and not remember that I changed something? Receive change. Nope. It looks exactly the same. Alright. Alright, then let me look at quests. Quest. Party quests. Do we do anything special? We set the owner, but we do that here too on our game data. Set owner. We set it to just this, but I did update things. Let's see. Set owner. I have quest value equals. Does, yeah. I have quest owner. So those are the same. All that's the same. All right. Here we do the tick, but I thought I made it so it doesn't need to do the tick. Well, I guess there is the option for continually checking, so okay. Let's try that. We can add that. It shouldn't need, the whole point of this was to not need the update if you don't have continuous checking. So let's see. Public void update, and we'll say quests.tick, and we'll check again. Oh, now we're getting somewhere. All right, game quest. What's null? 278. Parent is null. Debug.log is null. This should not be null because we set parent, but maybe it is. Hello, Oliver. How you doing? I didn't check for the null, did I? I just said that equals null. So it came out blank, so I'm guessing that means it's null, but let's just double check, just to be absolutely sure and confirmed. Yes, okay. So the parent is null for some reason. The parent should get set at set owner. Oh, no. Parent is not owner. Parent is the game stat list. That's right. Okay, but since this is a... Oh, it should be because quests... Yeah, we have the game quest list. Duh. All right, game quest list. So our quest is game quest list, and the each game quest has a parent, and parent is the quest. Oh. Okay. Then we need to update the code to be not looking for underscore parent, but rather looking for parent like that. So that would potentially throw an error if okay, so let's check now. So yeah, the parent, the underscore parent, the private one will self-populate in theory. Demolition. Sounds fun. Not. All right. Parent is null false. Okay, let's get rid of that spam. All right. Now let's check and see if calling the tick did the trick, which it shouldn't, but maybe it does. And if it doesn't, that implies that my bug is somewhere else than where I thought. All right, in progress. We want to see that change when we get above 100 gold. And it did not. Okay, so that does not seem to be the issue. There are 19 followers. We're not going to keep spinning out for each, but we are going to keep checking because I don't think this is following the blackboard for some reason. So when we are in our game quest here, and we do debug.log quest step ticks, here we have three usages. We have a demo quest turning quest, game quest, and game quest receive change and tick actions. Here we have tick actions and receive change. We don't have this demo quest turn quest in. Alright, that's okay because we haven't coded that yet. It is supposed to check. Yeah. Receive change. But this is just not receiving a change. We're not receiving a change at all. We are Blackboard follower, right? I follow Blackboard. Subscribe. Subscribe to Blackboard. So this is having the parent subscribe to Blackboard. Okay, this is saying if not the parent is subscribe to Blackboard. Okay, so those are the same. I don't know. I'm gonna have to dig into this more. All right. This is the problem of the day, and I'm going to dig into it. I'm not sure why it's not working. It totally should be working. It's a shame the other demo scene is the bug, because that is keeping me from finding out exactly what it's doing there. But we can talk to her again.
Well, do you have it? Ready to give me the sweet, sweet gold?
And
well, do you have it?
We need to check to see if
Ready
it's complete.
To give me the sweet, sweet gold?
All right. Well, I'm going to call it a stream there. And, you know, today was a day off here in the U.S., and tomorrow I'll go back to work. So maybe we'll see you some night this week. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. And we'll make more progress on this. And this is getting pretty close to being ready for release. But as you can see, I'm still working through bugs that I find as I do this process. So, of course, it's important to dog food this and do all this progress so I can find all that stuff. All right. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.